Hello everyone, welcome back to episode number 3 of the City Skylines Interchange series. Last episode we made a diverging diamond interchange. Today's episode we're going to be making partial cloverleafs instead. So we have 3 variations that we're going to be building today. We have the double quadrant, the A4 and the A2. So let's get right into it. Okay, so I think we're going to start with this one right here. So this is called a B2 partial cloverleaf, and the reason it's called B2 partial cloverleaf is because the ramp comes after this bridge. So this would be the arterial road, and this is the highway. So on an A2 partial cloverleaf, the ramp would come before the bridge. So that would be used to exit the arterial and enter the highway. So this is a B2. The ramp is used to exit the highway onto the arterial. And the reason it's called A2, the 2 stands for 2 ramps, so you have 1 ramp here and then 1 ramp here. So on an A4 you would have more ramps. So this one here has a ramp right here that allows you to not have to make a left turn here, so you can just use this slip lane here and enter the highway. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you how to build is this one here. This is the B2 partial cloverleaf. Okay, the first thing we're going to do to start is we're going to measure out some roads. So for this one here in particular, I have this node is 14 units away, so that cost me $1,000 to build. That's to get to the node here for the ramps. Then we have the bridge here that crosses the highway, and then this road is actually on a curve, which is it's fine because the point of it is to show you that it doesn't have to be perfect. You can build intersections any way you want. It doesn't have to be perfect. Intersections in real life are never perfect. All you have to do is look on Google Maps, and I mean, you can get a lot of inspiration off of that. And another mistake a lot of people make is I have that same mistake too. We're actually just gonna raise this up here. That's embarrassing. Okay, that's better, I think. These ramps, or these bridges should also be even too, I think. So we'll just elevate that a little bit. And this one too. But as I was saying, a lot of the mistakes that people make is they make this whole thing into a bridge, and that's not realistic. In real life, you want as few or as least amount of bridge as possible, because bridge is expensive to build. So instead what they'll do is, in real life, is they'll move tons and tons of dirt up to here, and then build the highway over that. So interchanges in real life, I mean, if you've ever seen a construction site, there's a lot of dirt work involved in that. And then another thing a lot of people don't do is they'll leave this at the same height as the rest of the highway, and you should try to, you know, get a little bit out of both of them. So make the highway lower and make this slightly taller, and that just helps with everything looking better and more realistic. So as I said before, this is 1,000 units, and I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can do whatever you want. If you just have a straight road here, that's perfectly fine too. And this highway's curved also, but I mean, that's how it goes in real life. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is build this ramp. So I'm gonna come off from a straight section here, we want this to be on the ground. I have straight slope turned on, and we're just going to come out a little bit, maybe like that, and we're just going to, so it looks like I had it connected up here before. So we're just going to gently curve around like that, connect up to there. Perfect. And we can worry about the directions later too, but I'm going to change it just like that. Okay. And then the second ramp, same thing. Come out a little bit like that. I have a different attitude towards building intersections now. Instead of measuring everything out, you can just kind of go free flowing with it. So it looks like it connected up to here. In real life, a lot of them have straight pieces, so you can make that straight and then make that just gently curve into there. Perfect. Looks good to me. And then we'll just connect this up to here so you can take a left. I'll use the straight tool there. I think that's good. I like that a lot. Okay, then we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. So we'll start here, come out a little bit, maybe like that. So it looks like it connected up to here before, so just get a nice little curve going. Maybe something, maybe let's go out a tad bit more, come around. If you don't get it right the first time, that's perfectly fine too. Just take as many times as you need. Actually, one trick that I sometimes use is to build the curve first, and then connect up like that. It still doesn't look right, but we can do it as many times as we need. Maybe if I connected like this instead. Go out a little bit. And gradually come around like that. There, I think that looks better. And same concept. Just come out a little bit, gradually bend around. You can make a straight part if you want. Perfect. That looks nice. Again, you can turn left here. So let's just check our directions here. If you want to go, if you're coming down this way, you can go straight. You can come around, you can go right, or you can go left. Perfect. Coming down here, you can take a right, or you can go down here, take a left, go straight. Perfect. It's as simple as that. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, the next one I'm going to show you is just a variation of the other one, but instead of a four-way interchange here, we only have 3. So this is basically half diamond, half park low. You have your exit ramp here. You can come take a left, or you can take a left and get back on here. And the same partial cloverleaf design that we showed before. So that's one of the variations you can use to help your city. Okay, the next one I'm going to show you is a bit more complex. I think this one actually looks nicer too. So the last one we built over here, this is a B2 parclo. So this one would be an A4 parclo because we said the B2, the ramp comes after the bridge on it. So on a A4, the ramp comes before the bridge and is used to enter the highway instead of exit. So one of the hardest parts of building this interchange here is to get the ramps to look nice. So if you look at this one here, it's almost a perfect circle, right? And it just looks nice. So the way you can build it to look better is to actually start with the middle here and build like a quarter of a circle shape, and then build off of that. So that's what I'm gonna do here. Make a quarter circle. Maybe like that, but closer or farther away. There. And then just build off of that. You can connect up there and connect up to that. And that looks nice, right? But yeah, I think we actually had that problem before when we were building this one, trying to get the right shape. But I mean, that still looks good, but I think this looks better in my opinion. Okay, and then for building these ramps here, you can use the same idea as before if you want, and just start with the middle section here, make a straight point, then gradually bend into that. Straight point if you want, and connect up. And then for this ramp here, again, you can just go like this, and build the main section of the ramp any way you want, and gradually connect up, make it a nice smooth entrance, and get the directions right. And that looks nice, right? Okay, so that's how you build the A4 partial cloverleaf. Next we're going to move on to the double quadrant partial clover. Okay, so I went ahead and built a perfect spot for this. It has the perfect example for the situation too. So if you have a road that goes along a river right here, you can put in a double quadrant parclo so that the intersection only takes up this side. So partial cloverleafs are great intersections because you can build them any way you want to fit the land and the situation that you have with your intersection. So here again we have the road that goes alongside the river. So we're going to make a double quadrant partial cloverleaf to fit that. So we're going to go out about, let's say 900. Let's go out to here, I think. So we'll get our highway ramp. And same thing as before, I think we're going to build the main part of it first, just so we get the shape correct. And a big mistake that a lot of people make is they don't give themselves enough room to build the interchange. Interchanges in real life take up a lot of space, and I can promise you if you give yourself a lot more space, you'll be a lot happier with the end result. Let's just curve it around like that, connect up to the highway, and then this can connect straight into that and get the directions right. You know what, I think we can use even more of the space. Let's go like that, And we'll, let's extend that a little bit, curve around, curve in. Yeah, I like that a lot better. And then we'll build the exit ramp from off the big highway. Just come around like that, follow the shape. You can make a straight part if you want. Come back in. Get the directions right. Okay, I like that a lot. And we'll do the same thing on this side. So how much space did we use? About 660. I think we can connect right here. So same concept as before, we're gonna get a little straight part like that. And then bend it around, get the nice curve that we want. Maybe extend that a little more. Curve around, come in. I'm not really happy with the angle of this. Like that, I think is better. And of course it's very easy to either use the Move It mod and move this node away, or you can rebuild the highway. Like that. Okay, then we make the on-ramp. Again, just follow the same path. Curve around. Definitely easier to make the big ramps rather than the curved ramps. Come around like that. Then we can even use a straight road tool just to build that. I think that looks, I think it needs to be more complementary to the other side. You know, sometimes it does work to build big segments like that. I think that looks good. I'm happy with that. That's a double quadrant partial cloverleaf. Okay, now I'm going to show you some of the mods that I use to make these look better. So the number one mod is probably Move It, I guess. You can use Move It, just select all these nodes like that, and then click the triangle, slope objects, and that makes it look a ton better. And then obviously raise or lower the nodes the way you want it, make it look better. And we can do the same thing with this. Just kinda select the nodes, slope objects. So I'm gonna do this for all of these ramps and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and sloped all the ramps. Now the next mod I'm gonna use is an absolute lifesaver. This is called the Node Controller mod. And one of the biggest complaints I have with City Skylines is these is the flat junctions here. So with this you can select it, make it sloped, and it helps. I mean, it helps immensely, honestly. It just makes it look so much cleaner. So I'm gonna do this for all of these flat junctions here. And that helps a lot. And then the other thing you can use this for is you can make more space in the intersections here, so you don't have to make such a tight turn. You can just go like that, make more offset. And this works excellent for exit and entering ramps too. Just make a little more offset, make it smoother. or you can grab it individually and drag it to where you want it. I think this one could back up a little bit. Did I offset these? I don't remember. There, I'm happy with that. And it looks like we have a little clipping going on here. Make it the same height as that. Okay. Another thing you could do if you wanted to is make that 2 lanes so you have a lane for left and right turns. You could make this 2 lanes, 2, 4, and then have them merge up the ramp. So a few things you can do to make this look even better, not that it looks bad already. But trees work wonders. I mean, for pretty much anything, let's be honest. Just cover up, you know, whatever problems or flaws that you see. And another thing that sometimes you see, at least where I am anyways, is you can use the landscape tool. Just make little hole here. And then fill it with water, and you can have a small pond in the middle of your interchange. Did that work? Yep, okay. Because the water would have to drain someplace, right? But I don't think this looks too realistic with the river here. The water would most likely run into the river instead of the pond, so I'll go ahead and delete that. And it also helps just to smooth this out a little bit. Okay, I'm happy with that. So again, to recap, we had our B2, B, and A4 partial cloverleafs. You can do any variation you want. Just look on Google Maps for inspiration, right? It helps to, like I said before, just make the quarter circle shape first, then build off of that, make it look a lot better. Spread it out, use as much space as you have to. I promise you'll be so much happier with the result if you use more space. So I think that'll do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Episode number 4 is going to be out shortly, or sometime soon, and that's that. So I'm going to have to do some more building. See you next time.